Good morning. Hello, Stampers. My name is Meg, and I am coming to you from the Loven Stamp Studio. You're watching Maker Mornings with Meg, so welcome. And I am happy to share a card with you this morning that features some really gorgeous designer series papers because I don't know about you, but I love to have a solution for the problem of having a paper that's gorgeous on both sides and you don't want to stick it down and not see the back, right? So today's card layout is a really great one for showing off both sides of your DSP. You don't have to decide which one you like better and give up on one. So woohoo for that bonus. And I am back in the studio this week from the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip to Mexico. So I've been working on putting pictures together to show you guys. I know people are excited to see those adventures. So disclaimer, the Stampin' Up! Trip is earned by less than 1% of demonstrators, but I am really excited to be one. It is a really cool opportunity. So, all right. With that, I think we're going to, do you want to see the stamps we're using? Gosh. Oh, hey, Trish. I feel like out of practice here. Okay, so we have, first of all, Flowers of Beauty, which is one of the new catalog sets. It is part of a suite that also includes the greeting set, Unbounded Love. So you notice there are no greetings in this set, but there are lots and lots of greetings here in Unbounded Love, and some really fabulous ones actually for things that are difficult to send cards for sometimes, difficult circumstances, but also, you know, birthdays and thank yous and things like that. So we're going to use both of these. The suite that they're part of is actually called Unbounded Beauty. Here's the page with all of the fun samples on it in the new book. And we have our Unbounded Beauty double suite here. So it has designer series paper and then 2 stamps and die bundles, which are the ones I just showed you. And the thing is, we're not going to use this paper. We're going to use a different paper. We are going to use paper that is called Thoughtful Journey. And I'm going to switch our camera down here so that you can see it because it is one of the prettiest papers I've seen in a long time. And every time I've shown it so far, people are like, what? That paper is gorgeous. What's that one called again? So here it is, Thoughtful Journey. We have these pretty double-sided papers with all this detail and these scenes on them. And really, like, this is the kind of paper, like, who wants to cover it up? These gorgeous watercolors here with some sort of things with patterns that are, you know, perfect. Like, you could use this for greeting or for a card base. You could just cut this down to a card and stamp your greeting right here, and your card is ready to go. These are just outstanding papers. I love this tree line one. This is one we're going to use today. And so more of those where the designs at the top, kind of some scenes here. I'll show you a sample made with this one. They're just, it's gorgeous paper. So, and the fronts and backs are super pretty too. So you can mix and match them, or you can use both like on today's card. So, hey Tanya, hey Nikki. So here are so this is 12 different papers here in this package. And then here are 12 different cardstock colors that I have picked to go with them. So this is a curated collection that I put together for you guys, and it is available as a sampler collection as part of the designer series paper share that I run. And there are a couple more days to sign up for this still. You haven't missed it yet, but it's getting close. So don't wait if you haven't signed up for this. But because what you get is you get all of the designer series papers, 6x6 pieces of them, and card bases to match. So I'm going to show you how to use those today. And it's not just for this one, it's for all 91 papers in the new catalog. So here is a sampling of them. This is the Unbounded Beauty, the new DSP, the Take to the Sky papers that I used last week, Country Lace, which is beautiful detail, Country Woods. And this is only half of them because there are a whole nother 6 packages of paper with card bases. So the whole collection is 91 papers and card bases. So it's like 91 versions of the card that we're making together today. Okay, you guys ready for this card? So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the Petunia Pop from here, and we're going to pull this paper right here. And I'm going to show you how to just take this and turn it into a very beautiful card. You can make it as quick as you want. You can add some extra to it, or you can keep it very plain. It's a great card design. So I'm going to take my paper trimmer and I'm going to decide what part of this I want to keep because I'm going to cut off 1/2 inch a little more than half an inch, 3/4 an inch. I want our DSP to be 5 and, get that trimmer blade or scoring blade out of the way, 5 1/4 inches tall. Okay, so we have that piece there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and score this. So we're gonna have a flap that's gonna come over the front this way. So I want this piece here to be 4 inches because that's how wide a card is. So I'm gonna get my cutting blade out of the way and use my scoring blade. Hey, Becky. Oh, hey, Sue. Long time no see. And I'm gonna just score that 2 inches there. So you can score it 2 inches from the side or 4 inches from here, either way. But now we have a really pretty fold over here. And of course, Stampin' Up! Designs the fronts and the backs of the papers to match. And then I have a half a sheet of this cardstock half sheet. So this is the size that comes in the paper share. And then I'm just gonna cut this in half so that I have a 1/4 sheet card base. So if you're needing to measure this, it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And our DSP is going to fit perfectly on here, okay? Just like this. Now you could fold it inside out whatever way you want. I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down, and then I'm gonna show you how we're gonna decorate this because there are lots of really cool opportunities to make the most of this gorgeous paper now that we've shown off. So I'm gonna put this on here so you can see where the paper share is awesome because it would be 91 ready to go cards pretty much. You're gonna be left with cards or extra pieces of DSP. If you made all 91 of them like this, you'd be left with some DSP and a sheet of cardstock for each one, but kind of fun to do layers and things like that. So a really good way to do those. The link is in the video description for signing up for that share if you haven't already. You're basically gonna fill out a form and then watch for a PayPal invoice. So, all right. We are going to go ahead and use some decorations on this. We're going to stamp on the inside of our card and we're going to use the dies on the outside of the card. So these dies come in 2 types. There's the decoration dies or the shape dies here that don't match the stamps. They just coordinate with them. And then there are the dies that do cut out the images here. So that would be the flowers and the leaves and this flower spray here. And so we're gonna go ahead and cut one of these here from a piece of Night of Navy cardstock. So pretend that we've just done that together. And then we have this beautiful spray here, which we can add to our card. So we're gonna layer this here on the front. And the Night of Navy inspiration comes directly from the Designer Series paper. So when you get the paper shares, I haven't done them yet for this round, but when you get these, it's gonna tell you what all these cardstock colors are that are included in the share. So you'll know what you've got. If you're newer to Stampin' Up! And color system and you don't have all the colors memorized, or you've been around for a while and don't have them memorized, that's okay too. I'm happy to help you. So, all right, now we're gonna stamp a little bit on the inside here, and I'm gonna pull colors Night of Navy and Misty Moonlight, which go beautifully together, and then Fresh Freesia for our accent. Oh no, I don't want Fresh Freesia, I want Petunia Pop, because Petunia Pop is our card base here. Sheeshka, I have to get my new ink pads popped in and I haven't done it yet, so into my holder. So these are the new in colors. If you haven't seen them yet, you can get them all for free with the I Want It All kit that is linked in the video description too. So that offer is good in May. If you don't know what I'm talking about, reach out and ask me because I'm happy to give you more details about it. All right, so we're gonna take these long flower sprigs here, these guys, and we're gonna stamp instead of in green because there's no greens on our cards. A lot of these other papers have greens in them, which would be great, but I don't want to add a green. I want to just use the colors that we've got. So I'm gonna use navy as my color and Misty Moonlight as my lighter version for our greenery. So there is our background here. And then I'm gonna take Night of Navy, which is a darker, more saturated blue, and I'm going to line this up. This is a very forgiving stamp set. It doesn't care if you don't get things exact. There we go. That's pretty close though. So you're just gonna line those up sort of the best you can, and it will look fabulous and you know, handmade and so forth, no matter whether you line them up or not. Then we're gonna take Petunia Pop, and for this one, I'm gonna use the same color twice. And so first color, I want our background to be fairly light. Let's see, 1, 2, I think the third is good, maybe. No, maybe the second. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp off once, and then I'm gonna stamp here on our card. And this is also a very forgiving one. It doesn't line up exactly, so really you can stick your flowers wherever you want them. And then for our overlay, I'm gonna go ahead and use this one full strength and stamp this here on our flowers. And so now we have these pretty florals in blues and purples that are a great match for our card base. So one of the great things about Stampin' Up! Colors is that your cardstock and everything match exactly, so you don't have to fret about like whether, wait, this shade of red in this paper is different from the red in the ink, and it just all matches, so it goes together beautifully. All right, now we need some greetings to go on our card. So we're gonna bring in the Unbounded Love set now, and there is a Stampin' Die bundle here. And we are going to use any of our greetings would be good. I actually have a card I need to send to someone, so I'm gonna use this faith in and is being sure of what we cannot see, which is a beautiful message. And then you've got this, because I know that she does have it. She's got it. So all kinds of great messages in this set. Plus the greetings are both the serif block font and uppercase, and then the scripty lowercase here. And the nice thing about that is that it means that this greeting set is going to go with lots and lots of different choices of styles of stamp image. So it's going to match all kinds of things, sketchy and floral and bold things. You just, with both of those fonts together, it really gives you more choices and more possibilities for this one. So, all right. Hi, France. All right. Oh, hey, Joan and Margie. Good to see everybody. I missed you guys last week. Okay, so to go with these greetings, we have the fabulous die set for Unbounded Love, and it includes some sort of plainer shapes here, as well as some fancier ones. And I'm going to show you this one on a finished card. This one's really pretty too. And so you have lots of choices and some extra little greenery pieces and florals to go with. And we're going to go ahead and stamp and cut some cardstock for this. And let's see, my cardstock. Oh, my cardstock's behind me. Okay, let me switch my camera back so I can keep saying hi to you guys. All right. So we have a piece of boho blue cardstock, which fits in beautifully with the misty moonlight and night of navy colors that we've already got in our card. And so we're going to go ahead and cut these two dies out here with our die cut machine. And so now we have our pieces here with our edges. So what I love about these shape dies is that they have just gorgeous detailing on them, little dots or little dashes or extra embossed layers. And so we have our two pieces right here. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put our greeting on two different layers. So we have Faith, which is gonna go here on this circle. And then I have the other greeting, which I'm going to do in Misty Moonlight. So we've got our two colors again. Remember, you always want to repeat colors on your cards. And let's see, it says, is being sure of what we cannot see. And I'm going to pop that one here. So these two are going to come together just like this. And to get them in just the right spot together, I'm going to use a Stampin' Dimensional. And I'm going to pop this on here. Remember, whether you're using, if you have the glass mat, the coveted glass mat, don't worry, it's coming. Or if you're using grid paper, remember to use those to help yourself align things. So keeping things straight or putting them together or measuring the grid paper is a great one for that. And I have an inky finger, so we'll get that cleaned up there. Okay, we also have one more greeting. We've got You've Got This, and I'm going to pop this here onto our center piece here, and then we'll close this up because we've got some embellishments to add, but I don't want to get any more ink on my fingers or other things. So let's go ahead and add some adhesive to this. I really love multi-purpose liquid glue. As you guys know, occasionally it gets a little finicky. Usually I keep a... Oh, my paper clip's all tangled up. Usually I keep a paper clip handy and just help it remember that it does want to. Wait, this is not what I'm using for this. What am I doing here? I think my paper clip has gotten so covered in glue that it doesn't want to pop in anymore. Let's see. Oh, there we go. No worries. User error. That was on my part. Okay, so now we can get our glue here. And remember, it doesn't take a lot. Pretty much if you can see the glue, that is enough. And you don't want to have like layers and layers and oogobs of glue because you don't want it to squish out. All right, so then that's gonna pop on the side. Hey, Tanya. Oh, I'm glad you like the pictures from the trip. Yeah, I posted day 1. That's how far I've gotten. I really need to get going on posting the rest of them. It was such a fun trip, and Stampin' Up! Took such good care of us. So, all right, so now we have our piece here, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add our greeting here over the top. And I generally don't like things to be in the center of a card. I like them to be on the third line, so left or right. So I think we're gonna move this one over here, kind of to the left. And yes, it's gonna cover up a little bit more of our floral, but that's okay. So the easiest way to attach these is to just go ahead and use a bunch of Stampin' Dimensionals to make sure that this piece is not going to come off. And then those are just going to be covered here by our layer, okay? So let's pop this on here. All right, and then of course we have our card that's gonna open like this, but we're not done because we need some bling. And we have a couple of choices actually. So one of the great things about the new in colors is that you can get ribbons in the new in colors. So I have some ribbon and I'm not sure if we're gonna use this. Let's try it out. So one of the things I like to do is tie bows kind of on nothing. So I'll give you this here close up in case you need to watch it again. But basically make a loop and then go around it just like you're tying a regular bow and pop that through the loop you made. And now you have a bow that is just ready to stick down on things, okay? Not difficult. All right, and then I like to kind of even my bow loops out. This one's twisted. There we go. And tighten that center part down, make those cute. So I'm gonna show you another card where I used a bow, but I think this one is not, oh, actually, it's okay. I like it. Okay, we're gonna use the bow. I was thinking this card isn't a bow card, but I don't know, what do you guys think? Bow, no bow? I hope you like the bow because I think I'm gonna stick it on there, but you could certainly make this a less fussy card by leaving off the bow, okay? So when I add a bow, my favorite adhesive is a glue dot. So I'm gonna pull these. And sometimes I've had people say, oh, Meg, but the bows like to fall off then. Well, my solution to that is to add more than one dot. So the back of the bow is fairly flat for quite a bit in the middle. So I kind of spread my dots out, and here I'll show you the back side. So here, can you see all those dots on there? Oh, good. Okay, phew, bow, votes for the bow. The other thing you can do to make the glue dots work the best is to not pick them up with your fingers. Sometimes I have found myself wanting to pick them off of here and stick them on things. You're better off to do just like I did there. Take your bow, pop it down, and pick the glue up with the bow. Okay, then there's been no fingers there of getting on things. Okay. Faith is being sure what cannot see. And then I would not want to make a card without bling. So you might have seen these sitting here off to the edge. These are the new in color shimmer dots. And they come in the 5 new in colors. So here they are again with Petunia Pop. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pop some Petunia. You know what, actually might go with pink here. Pretty in Pink is one of the new in colors. If you've been around for a while, you might remember that it's actually a returning color. It was a color, 20 years ago when I first started as a demonstrator. So I'm gonna pop a couple of these on here too, just to give us a little extra bling there. So, all right, so there is our card. Not wasting the back of the paper. You can still see the gorgeous back, but you also have room for this whole scene to unfold or unfold, especially when you have such a beautiful scenic paper like Thoughtful Journey. You don't want to necessarily chop it up into little bits. You want to make the most of it and have that whole scene come across there. So you ready to see a couple more versions of this? I have 2 other papers that I did with the same Stamps a Die bundle, so you can make these too. This one I used the sort of that thistle paper, and we used the Petunia Pop card base, and then on the front I used an oval greeting die cut. This is from the same Unbounded Love dies. Here you can see it right up there at the top corner, and then we used this layer right here to go around and add an extra detail on there. So there's our piece there. This is Blackberry Bliss. And then I have one more that's very similar to this one. And I shared these cards with my demonstrator team, my Loven Stampfuls demonstrator team, last month when we did our new catalog, one of our new catalog feature meetings. We have meetings together on Zoom each month that are a lot of fun, get together and stamp together. We have actually like a stamp together card. And I think this was the stamp together card that I did, sort of a mystery stamping, stamp and show and tell kind of thing. So if the design looks familiar to you, you might have seen it pop up from there. So there are a couple of different versions of this. And of course, things to remember: the catalog is live and new. There is ordering available. The best deal is to get the I Want It All Starter Kit with the new in colors, ink pads, cardstock, designer series paper, and one other thing are included. There's 4 in color things that you get, which is like an $82 worth of extra goodies with the starter kit. And then you're technically demonstrators. You get to be invited to the demonstrator things that we do, as well as getting a discount on your own orders. And with a new book, I think that lots of people have those. Also, anyone, demonstrator or not, can sign up for the Loven Stamps Designer Series paper share. And don't worry, I'll put the paper back in this one that I stole. That is available through me. There is a link in the video description to sign up for that, but it's all 91 of the new papers, and it gives you a chance to make really awesome cards just like the one we did today. And that sign up is going to close pretty soon, so don't miss out. If you haven't signed up yet, I need to get everybody set so I can get everyone's paper put together. So, all right. And Margie said, I found oh, that is actually a much better idea than the paperclip. So Margie suggested a corsage pin, which you can keep handy and then pop it in the glue. I know sometimes people leave their pins in the glue, and you can do that too if you have good success with it. Occasionally, depending on the type of pin, the pin can rust because this is a water soluble environment. And so you might find you need to just watch to make sure your pins, if you leave them inside there, don't get rusty. Like obviously something like stainless steel pins or higher end pins would be fine. Aluminum pins would be the best. I don't know. I'm not a pin connoisseur. So, but yes, a corsage pin would be perfect. And it has that nice big handle on the end to hold on to. So good tip. All right. Well, everyone, that covers us for this edition of Maker Moores with Meg. So thank you so much for spending some time with me this morning. And I hope that you guys are excited about this card design, because I just love that you can see both sides of the paper. So often the papers are gorgeous and I never want to cover one up. So we have a couple tricks up our sleeve to make that happen, but this one is really one of the quickest, especially if you have just a great scene on your paper. So, all right, everybody, have a wonderful day. I'll be back on Thursday with another edition of Maker Moores with Meg, and I appreciate your time with me. So happy stamping, guys.